We have two more footwork programs that derive from our balancing act of being a biped, and the first one being the slingshot. Now, the slingshot is a renovation on the traditional chute. The traditional chute being almost like a lunge or a vault, where you're working from here and you fire in. The problem with that is all of it comes from static to lunging like a rabbit. A slingshot draws back and establishes the contact with the ground, finds the rooting, then fires forward. So the slingshot is coming back and forward. From here, back and forward. You come down and root, then that's your means of propulsion. If I take a partner, now if he just stands at bay, the traditional chute is moving from extended range in deep, trying to lurch towards him. As we launch and jump towards him, he has plenty of time. As soon as we move into long range, medium range, in the middle ground, or even close range, we have the slingshot, which draws behind. He feels the pull, and as he goes to resist, that adds more impellent force to our motion. So he feels behind. Here's our rooting as we continue forward. This gives us our continued energy to lift and throw. So we have here, and we continue. It's one big, and the more impellent force that you have generating from this propulsion, the more you have to lift. That's the third element of footwork. The fourth being screwing knees. Now, we discussed this somewhat in leg fencing when we talked about reaping. We just touched upon it. I told you we would reference it later. Screwing knees is a means of stepping forward and changing directions without three steps. I step forward, I step across, step behind, step forward, cross, behind. Gross. The body's articulate, so as the knee comes forward, it pivots, it pivots, it pivots. So we can add some impellent screwing force to that, being we can use the knee as the generator to turn around. Now you can see the implications already, I hope, yes? That being as our foot steps in front, here comes the pelvis swinging into the joint center. You go to change directions, the hip flies through, and he throws. We move back and forth. As you get comfortable with this, you're going to see that the rotation, like a spiral, screws into the ground. But that's not it. That's not it. We can also move backwards from here to here. The opposite screw. We have screwing in forward. We have screwing in backwards. Now the screwing in backwards, we touched upon when we explored hooking. We don't just hook, now let's vie, and I'll try and get my throw. All of this happens from the natural footwork to take him down to the ground. It's one continued motion. We had the hook to throw him down. We also can post and bring him skyward, all of it being generated from the pelvis. So you see, footwork, just like everything else, it's not a tactical compartment, but a biomotor identity.